my favorite group of fans right here on Creative Real Estate Training Academy on Facebook. I'm happy to have you here today. I'm ecstatic to have you here today. And the biggest reason I'm ecstatic to have you here today is because of our Dig Deeper book review. Let me tell you something. Today is the day that's going to change the way you look at your business. And the reason I want you to pay attention today is because if you've been a part of any of our book reviews, then you understand that this is really about you digging deeper into what you do. This is you digging deeper into how you look at your life and your business. This is about digging deeper into where you want to go and how you want to get there. This is about digging deeper into how we grow as individuals and the mindset that we put out on ourselves. And it's about digging deeper into taking action in our life to grow it to something that is more powerful than what we already have. It's about digging deeper. Hashtag digging deeper. So I want to share that with you because what we're going to do today is probably one of my all-time favorite book reviews. And if you know anything, well, let me ask. If you were on the live call yesterday, our real estate investing talk show, you heard me talk about what we're talking about today. And it is our Dig Deeper book review, and we're going into Who Moved My Cheese? Where's my cheese at, man? Who took my cheese? Listen. The cheese is just a metaphor, and I'm going to dig into that in just a minute. But before I dig in a little deeper, I want to help you guys understand what this is all about. So if you're just joining me for the first time, or you're seeing this video because someone shared it with you, yes, you heard me. What's the biggest compliment that you can give me? Share my stream. Share it. Share this with someone else. I promise you that this book review, you know somebody out there in your life, your friends, your family, an associate, that needs to hear and see this book review. Because it's got 4 characters in it. And these characters emulate ourselves in so many different ways. And I want that to be shared. Share this stream. You will impact not only your life, you will impact somebody else's life from just paying attention and listening, okay? And that's the biggest thing. Like this. Go above and like and follow our page. Go up here somewhere. Like and follow our page, okay? You want to hear what we're doing. You want to see what we're doing. You want to engage, be part of this. This is our weekly abundance of information that we give you. If you're not familiar, Mondays we give you our REI success tips. Tuesdays at 12:30 Central, 1:30 Eastern, we come to you with our real estate investing talk show. Today we come to you at 12:30 Central, 1:30 Eastern with our Dig Deeper book review. Thursdays we send you out our student case study success stories. So that's something that we just do because we love you as a fan and a follower, and because you share our streams. That's important. I think the share button is like over there somewhere. It's like down on the page somewhere over there. You just gotta click it. You just gotta click it. Look, you see your finger? You see that right there? That's all you gotta do. Look at that. You see that? You just gotta share it. So, if you're listening right now, I want you to pay more attention, because what we're going to do is we're going to dig into this book. Before I dig into this book, I've got to give you a rundown on it. So listen to me. Okay, listen to me. I want you to hear this story. This story is about 4 characters, okay? 4 characters that are basically chasing something that they enjoy and they love, which is cheese. But the challenge in the story is 2 of the characters get comfortable in their life. They get comfortable in their life, and from that point, they don't know what to do when the cheese is moved, because they're not willing to move with the market. They're not willing to grow and develop new strategies, new adventures, face their fears. And so they get left behind. Now, I'm sharing this with you because my big purpose for today is to get you aware that this is the exact same thing going on in the real estate market right now. The real estate market has moved. People are saying, who moved my cheese? Who moved the deals? Where are the deals at? It's because you're not being prepared. It's because not only are you not being prepared, but you're not paying attention to the market. This is why I've put together a series of videos that you want to watch. freedomfromflipping.com/blog. Go to those videos, watch those videos, and pay attention because I have an upcoming event that's going to teach you how to find your missing cheese in this real estate market. But you have to be willing to make changes in your life, and you've got to be willing to push the boundaries in which you see your fears. And that's what this book is all about, okay? So listen up, listen up. I got that to tell you. Now, I also want to tell you that if you haven't gotten this book, you better go get it. Who Moved My Cheese? It's a very important book. Here's what we're going to talk about today. Parts of all of us. We're going to talk about having cheese makes us happy. You want to hold on to your cheese? If you don't change, you will be lost. What would you do without fear? Stop being afraid. Let go quickly. That's a big thing that I believe in. You got to let go of things quickly so that you can move forward. There's another great book I'd like to share with you one day. As you can see, I got a load of books over here. But one of them is called Letting Go of the Past. And it's about you moving forward and just being able to release all the negative from your past, the things that have gone on that you hold on to that prevent you from growing and moving forward, and how we tend to judge our future because we always are looking in the past. Let me tell you something. You're not going that way. You're going forward. So stop looking in the past and keep looking forward, because nothing back there is good for you anymore. You left it for a reason. Focus on what you want and keep moving forward. So we're going to talk about let go quickly inside this book. Old beliefs will hold you back. The beliefs of old things and how it should be and the way it should have been will hold you back from true growth. And I want you to listen to that. And the handwriting on the wall, that's important for you to pay attention to. Okay? Now remember, as I go through this book, whether you're watching it live right now or you're coming back later to watch it, type in your questions here. I go through these questions, I read them, I communicate, I give you advice, I tell you what's going on. Also go over to the freedomfromflipping.com/blog site. You can actually put comments on there. I just helped a lady today talking about the difference in lead sources and how to exit with flipping. I mean, I'm here to communicate with you guys, but I need you to communicate with me. If you want to keep moving forward, let me see a big thumbs up. We'll dig into this book. Let's see it. Who's ready? Who is ready for a book review today? My computer sounds like it's ready. It's jingling at me. It's jingling. I got a bunch of people on here and they're all shy. I can't get any thumbs up from you guys. Well, I guess no book review today then.
Good. We've got bad weather coming, so you can go home.
I got bad weather coming. I can go home, that's for sure. You know, it's one thing to be present. It's another thing to be actively present. Listen to that. Being present just means you're there. Actively present means that you're there, you're watching, you're paying attention, you're learning, you're communicating, you're engaging, you're part of the process. That's what I want to know, is who is actively present. Okay? Actively present. Give me 1 second. Guys, for real. I'm live in here. Okay? Gotta pipe them down sometimes. They forget there's other people in the office. All right, so listen to this. So we're going to dig in Who Moved My Cheese. Now the author of this is Spencer Johnson, okay? Spencer Johnson. Go get this book as soon as you get a chance, if you haven't gotten it already. We're going to dig in and start communicating on this, okay? Parts of all of us. Let's go into the first section. This is on page 12. I'm going to give you a little bit of an identity of the book, and we're going to go through this together. So pay attention. Parts of all of us. The simple and the complex. I mean, how many of you are simple and complex at the same time? Like, think about that. We all have complex sides of us, but at the same time, we have simple sides of us. So now listen to me. The four imaginary characters depicted in this story, there are mice. One is named Sniff and one is named Scurry, and there's some little people, okay? One's named Hem, one's named Haw, and they're intended to represent the simple and the complex parts of ourselves, regardless of our age, gender, race, and nationality. Sometimes we may act like Sniff, who sniffs out change early. Listen, who's a sniff on here? Looking for change. Got to find change. And let me say this to you. Let me say this to you. Okay? The worst thing you can do is get comfortable and complacent. Listen, my mentor taught me a long time ago. He said, Zach, as soon as you say I'm comfortable, he said, that's when you are lost being in the growth mode. Because you're comfortable now. I'm good. I'm comfortable. When you're not growing anymore, okay? That's Sniff. So who sniffs out change early? Then you got Scurry, who scurries into action, or Him, who denies and resists change as he fears it will lead to something worse. Oh man, I can't change. I like where I'm at. This is where I should always be. Oh, that's something different. I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. That makes me nervous. Try something new. Oh, that's Him, okay? Now, Haw. Haw's part of the little people, remember? Who learns to adapt in time when he sees changing can lead to something better. So Haw is like the friend or the family member that you try to get in your journey with you to be a real estate investor. And he's like, well, maybe, we'll just have to see. And then when you go out and start being successful, then they want to jump on the bandwagon. Oh, well, let's go. But now Him, he ain't about it. He don't care how much room's on the bandwagon, right? He don't want to be on it with you because it requires change, okay? So let's move on in now that we know this. So, Who Moved My Cheese? It's a story about change that takes place in a maze where four amusing characters look for cheese. Cheese being a metaphor for what we want to have in life, okay? Whether it's a job, a relationship, money, a big house, freedom, wealth, recognition, spiritual peace, or even an activity like juggling or going golfing. Cheese is the metaphor to what we desire, what we want. Man, I'm getting a lot of love on here today. Look at there. That makes me happy. Oh, get my heart away. Get my heart away. You guys are making me blush over here. So, each of us has our own idea of what cheese is, right? Like, cheese for me is being balanced. Cheese for me is being balanced in my life and having freedom in my life. That's cheese for me. Like, that's my cheese, man. What's your cheese? Write in what your cheese is. Tell me what we can help you with to find your cheese. What is your cheese? You want to be, find spiritual peace? You want to have your own career? You want to flip your first house? You want to pay your bills? You should tell us what your cheese is. And that word just cheese, right? Like, give me some cheese, man. So, the maze in the story represents where you spend time looking for what you want. Listen. So once you identify your cheese, it's very important to identify where you're going to find that cheese. Do you know how many people I run into in life that are looking for their cheese in all the wrong places? They're like, all they need is $3,000 a month to stabilize their life, but now they're out chasing commercial real estate. It has nothing to do with that. Like, they should focus on what they need to do first so that then they can grow. Or I know people that want to go out and start wholesaling because they want to go make $5,000, $10,000, every time they wholesale. When the reality is they should be flipping houses and making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 pops. They just look for their cheese in the wrong places. or they're so comfortable with what they've known, they won't move to a different maze to find new cheese. Because if they can't get their old cheese, then they don't want any new cheese. That's a victim mentality, and we're going to talk about that, okay? Now, as we move on in, I wish I could read the whole book to you, but I've highlighted some stuff. Here we go. Now, this is on page 2627. The mice sniff and scurry. They possess simple brains, but good instinct. Now, listen to this. I know some of the most educated people in the world. I mean, I know people with master's degrees and went to college and then went to college another 6 years and who knows how many times they're back in college. Now they're out and they ain't got nothing. They have nothing. They don't even know, they can't even get a job somewhere. They send hundreds of resumes out and can't get hired. You understand? It has nothing to do with your brains as in education. It has everything to do with your instinct to identify what it is that will make you happy. Because if you can instinctively know what your purpose is, your drive is, what makes you happy, listen, it don't matter how much education you have. The only thing that matters after that is your willingness to believe in yourself, to follow you to the end, to believe that you can make the leap, to believe that you can take the journey on your own, to believe that you can do what you need to do with the right help, the right support, the right coach, and the right team behind you. That, my friend, is what it's about. It's the instinctiveness that we've been given to us at birth, that we tend to fade off because we've been so corporized by school to walk in a straight line, raise your hand, don't speak unless you're spoken to, don't question me, don't challenge me, that we get demoralized and we get clouded to where we don't really listen to that instinctness inside of us that says we're supposed to be great, we're supposed to push our boundaries, we're supposed to reach out and grab help from someone that knows what we want to know and follow them down the path. That is what we have to re-energize in our life today, okay? Him and Haw. Let's talk about, him and Haw, right? I know a lot of him and Haws. I don't hang out with them because they hemming and hawing around, you know. Use their complex brains filled with many beliefs and emotions. Do you know how many complex people I know that are so overanalyzers and so overthinkers that they don't do nothing? They think about it to death and they're afraid to take action. And you know why? Because they don't believe in themselves. They don't trust themselves because they've been culturalized to realize that if it's not in a book, it can't happen. Guys, let me tell you something. You can beat your own path. Do you know how many strategies I teach to my students today that I went out and forced the boundaries and the attorneys to make happen with me? There was no book on it. There wasn't. I had to make it happen. I had to push it and say, look, this is what I want to do. Will you help me? No. Hey, for instance, some of you know me. I teach a strategy called wholesaling to a financed buyer and how the banks pay your assignment fee. No one else teaches this. There's not one person in this industry that teaches that. I teach it. And you know why? Because I went through 13 title companies and attorneys that all told me it couldn't be done until I got to one that said, yeah, we can figure this out. And they then produced a document that has made me hundreds of thousands of dollars called a DOF form. That one form has changed my entire wholesaling business because now my fee can get paid from the bank. And how did I get that? I didn't go to school to learn that. I didn't pick up a book and read that. I went out and made it happen because I'm so stubborn that when someone says no to me, I think, oh man, I must have said it wrong. Let's recommunicate this. But you obviously didn't hear what I was saying. But that's the point of that, is sometimes being overcomplexed in your head is just way too, well, I won't say that, but let's just say this. Simplify it a little bit. Just believe in yourself. Believe in you. Hashtag dig deeper. You've got to dig deeper in your life. You need to figure out what we're doing. You need to go to freedomfromflipping.com/blog. Look at my live case studies. I take you in the field and show you a $40,000 deal, a $70-something thousand deal in the field, guys. You want to be connected to what we're doing. I'm not just over here telling you how great this business is. I'm out there doing it and showing you how to do it. And also, if you watch the video today, woohoo, look at that right there. You see that right there? How many of you see that? You see that? That is a golden ticket to the event. These are sold out. This is a VIP golden ticket. They sold out in 3 days. They sold out. In 3 days, these sold out. I got one, and I want to give it to you for free. And how do you get this golden ticket for free? You got to watch the video today. You got to go watch the video today, freedomfromflipping.com/blog, and you get a coaching call with me on this. You get recordings from the event. You get networking with me, dinner with me, breakfast with me. I do everything but come home and take care of your baby, okay? So you got to go watch this. I want to hear your story, and I will give you a golden ticket to my event, okay? All right, here we go. The mice, Sniff and Scurry, used the simple trial and error method to finding cheese inside the maze. Him and Haw used their ability to think and learn from their past experiences. However, they relied on their complex brain to develop more sophisticated methods for finding cheese. Sometimes they did well, but at other times their powerful human beliefs and emotions took over and clouded the way they looked at things. It made life in the maze more complicated and challenging. They were too busy overcomplicating emotional state, not seeking out and finding. They were so emotional about it, okay? Part of the problem of being a human, right? All right. Having cheese makes you happy, right? I mean, if you like cheese, I mean, I don't eat a whole lot of cheese. I think it's like, it's rotten milk, so I just don't eat it. But the cheese is the metaphor, right? So listen to this. Sometimes him and Haw would take their friends by to see their pile of cheese at Cheese Station C. So this was the station in the maze where the cheese was first found at. Like in our lives, it's like when we start a business and we find our first success. That's going to be Station C in this story. It's our first success, so we love it, we love it, we work it, we're all excited. But you know what we fail to do? We fail to think about, what if our first business doesn't make it? Or what if it slows down? How can we diversify ourselves? How can we keep pushing our boundaries and finding where the market's moving at? And how do we get into those cycles while Station C's working, but still creating other avenues? I'm notorious for this. I own 10 companies because of this. If one company falls, I am not worried at all. I'll tell you that right now. It wouldn't affect me one bit. If half of them failed, it wouldn't affect me one bit. But you know why? Because I live in Alabama and my cost of living is like nothing here. So let's just call it what it is. But I've been in business now for 16 years. I've never lost a company. I've never had to close a company, knock on wood. So that, I think, has a lot to do because I'm a lot like Scurry and Sniff in this. But here we go. The point, they like to show their friends their pile of cheese and point to it with pride, saying, "Pretty nice cheese, huh?" We do that. We like to boast and stick our chest out. I got a guy in my office that every time he does something good, he walks around like this, you know. He's proud of it. And he should be proud, but we're like that. We like to do that. I beat everybody in a push-up contest yesterday, and I was walking around like this. I was like, look at them guns. Anyways, a little insight for you. We deserve this cheese, they say. This cheese, we deserve it. And that's what him said. We certainly had to work long and hard enough to find it. He picked up a nice fresh piece of cheese and ate it. We deserve this. This should be ours. This is what we worked for. After a while, him and Haw's confidence grew into a success. So they kept bragging about all their success and look how great we are and look at me and oh, look at all the things I have. These are the people that we know that go out and like buy big landish houses and big fancy cars and say, oh, look at all what I have. Listen, there's a great quote that says, I will impress you by not what I own, but how I do it and the life I live. Not with what I own, but the life that I live. Let me say that over again. Success has nothing to do with what you own. It has everything to do with the life that you live. Okay? So think about that. Now listen, here's where the story starts to take a turn. After a while, him and Hall's confidence grew into this success. Soon they became so comfortable, they didn't even notice what was happening. Right? We get so comfortable. Oh, this is going to be here forever. Oh, this is always going to be here. This is going to be here. This is going to be here. That we settle in. Now, what happens when you settle in? You get blinded. You lose the hunger in which you had when you went out to start it. It's gone. It's gone because you're comfortable now. Get in the game, guys. Dig deeper. Dig deeper. Okay, I started this one because this one's important for you. Ready? Sniff and Scurry continued their routine. They arrived early each morning and sniffed and scratched and scurried around Cheese Station C. Listen, they showed up early. Why? Because they wanted to beat everybody else there. Look, if you want to be a leader and you want people to follow you and you want people to be impressed by you and to look up to you and to say, look, this is somebody that I want to be like, then you got to be something they're not. You got to do things they're not willing to do. You got to show up early, stay late. You got to stand behind your word. You got to stand proud for who you are and what you do. You want to be a leader? No one will ever make you a leader except for yourself. That's it, guys. No one can say, oh, you're a leader. You have to say, I earned this leadership. I'm the one that came early. I'm the one that sacrificed sleep to build this business. I'm the one that worked until 2 in the morning to create things, to make sure my model was working. I earned the leadership role that I have. And that's the mentality you have to have. No one's going to give you nothing. You hear me? Okay? All right, here we go. Inspired the area, and they would inspect the area to see if there had been any changes from the day before. Now, Scurry and Sniff, their instincts is what they're running off of, not their brain complexity, their instinct. They show up early, they look for what's there, then they start looking around for changes. Was anything different? Is it the same as last time, or has things changed, okay? The one morning they arrived at Station C and discovered there was no cheese. You heard me. There was no cheese. Okay? So where did I leave off at? Since Sniff and Scurry had noticed the supply of cheese had been getting smaller every day, they were prepared for the inevitable and knew instinctively what to do. Think about that. They already knew the cheese supply was going down, and then they show up early and realize, hey, this is happening. So they instinctively knew that if they wanted to survive, what did they have to do? What you got to do, guys? Look, if you're in your business right now and you're trying to get your real estate business up and running and you're trying to figure out where the deals are and you just can't find deals. I can't find any deals. The MLS deals just aren't working for me. I can't. Let me explain something to you. You either have two choices. Give up or dig deeper. That's what you got to do. A lot of people give up. Oh, well, this ain't for me. And it's because they failed to push themselves a little bit further. And if you dig deeper and you push a little bit further, you realize I can't give up. I've got to go out and figure out what's going on in this market. And that's what Scurry and Sniff do, okay? The mice did not overanalyze anything. The situation at Cheese Station C had changed, so Sniff and Scurry decided to change too. They were quickly off in search for new cheese. Later that same day, him and Hall, now here comes him and old Hall, right? Him and Hall arrived at Cheese Station C. They had not been paying attention to the small changes that had been taking place each day, so they took it for granted. And don't we do that all the time? We take it for granted. Their cheese would be there. Oh, listen, guys, listen. They were unprepared for what they found. What? No cheese, yelled him. And he continued yelling, no cheese, no cheese, as though he shouted loud enough someone would put the cheese back, like he's dependent on somebody else. Who moved my cheese? He hollered. Finally, he put his hands on his hips and put them on his face. He turned red and he screamed at the top of his voice, this isn't fair. Now, how many victims do we know Here's somebody that's moving along in their business, and then all of a sudden, the leads dry up. The market changes, and then they play what? Victim card. Oh, well, I worked hard to build this business. How could all this change on me? It's somebody else's fault. It's not mine. I worked hard. Victim, right? Victim. Instead of saying, man, I should be prepared to change too. But they got comfortable. They got complacent. They took it for granted that it would always be there. And that is not the case. Okay? Goes on to say, all they could think of was to keep looking around cheeseless station C. And it's like that in business. Think about it. When you're going after leads and on the MLS and they dry up, just like the cheese drew up, right? Not drew, but I don't even know. The cheese wasn't there anymore, right? So when you're out in the real estate market and you're trying to find deals on the MLS and the leads aren't there anymore, the deals aren't there anymore, well, you start to go, oh, well, I don't know what's going to happen, but you stay so complacent that you just sit and wait for more deals to come on the MLS instead of going out and getting your own deals. Doing direct response marketing, which we're going to be teaching at the event coming up in May, freedomfromflipping.com. I got a 3-step process that will change your game, and I'm going to show you the leads and the lists that are working the best right now at this event, because we've had to change too. Because why? The market changed, so we changed. I mean, this book is so perfect to what's going on right now in the market. I wasn't willing to sit around and be a parasite investor. Do you know what a parasite investor is? It's an investor that solely depends on an agent to bring them deals, and they don't go look for their own. So if the agent doesn't bring them deals, then they don't what? They don't feed. They don't eat. They don't get the money they need to live their life. Okay? Now, Sniff and Scurry had quickly moved on. Him and Haw continued to hem and haw around. They ranted and raved at the injustice of all of it. Haw started to get depressed. What would happen if the cheese wasn't there tomorrow? Like, they're starting to get worried now. Like, it's not here today. What if it's not here tomorrow? So the little people couldn't believe it, right? The little people is what? Him and Haw. How could this happen to us? See the victim role? No one had warned us about this. Guys, in life, are you going to get a phone call that says, hey, by the way, your business is about to tank, you should make a move? No, you're not going to get that phone call. You should be thankful that I'm telling you it's moving, and I'm trying to help you make that shift at an event I'm doing in May and teach you what shifts you need to be doing to find the cheese in the market. Because no one else is going to pick up the phone and tell you. I'm trying to come to you and tell you every way I know. I'm sending you we're calling you with some voice blasts. I'm sending you emails. I'm making videos for you. I'm doing the live stream for you. I'm trying to get you to wake up and listen to me and say, look, the cheese has moved. Like, listen to me. I can help you find the cheese, but you've got to be willing to learn, and you got to be willing to follow us to that path, okay? No one had warned me. It wasn't right, him and Haw said. It was not the way things were supposed to be. Him and Haw went home that night hungry and discouraged. The more important your cheese is to you, the more you want to hold on to it, okay? Him and Haw left their home and returned to Cheese Station C again, okay? Where they still expected somehow to find their cheese. The situation hadn't changed. The cheese was no longer there. Him and Haw just stood there, immobilized, like two statues. Think about that. In life, do we freeze sometimes when we don't have the answers? We do. That's why you've always heard, if you've followed me for any time or been to any of my trainings, you've heard me say over and over again, just keep moving. Just keep moving. Whatever you do, just keep moving. Don't stop. I don't care if you do a little bit every day. Just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Finally, Haw opened his eyes, looked around and said, by the way, where is Sniff and Scurry? Right? Like, they just now realized this. Do you think they know something that we don't? Him scuffed. What would they know? They're just two mice. Because remember, him and Haw are little people. Things changed around here, him said. Maybe we need to change and do things different. Now listen, now here's the him friend you have, right? Now Haw, it takes him a little bit, but what? Haw will eventually start to make changes. Him? No. I don't want to make changes. So here's what him says. Why should we change? We're little people. We're special. This sort of thing should not happen to us, or if it does, we should at least get some benefits. Why should we get benefits, Haw asked. Because we're entitled. Oh, that's a word I can't stand. I hate people that, well, that's a strong word. I dislike people that have this entitlement issue. Like, oh, things shouldn't be that way because I don't like it. Or, you know, this is my belief, so you all need to bend to my rules, right? Or, I should be given this because I woke up today. That's an entitlement issue. I can't stand it, man. If people only knew how hard I worked to get to where I am today and how nothing was ever given to me or a handout. I grew up in a trailer park and a population of 1,200 people with a single mother and a brother. And let me tell you something. Anytime we said, Mom, I want something, guess what my mom made me do? Go find the money. I was cutting grass at 9 years old. I was picking rocks up out of a field at 12 years old. I was sweeping parking lots at 13 years old. Because why? I wanted new clothes. There was no entitlement here. My mother would whip my rear end if she heard entitlement coming out of my mouth, right? That's something that makes the difference between those who are entitled and those who understand if I want it, I got to go get it. But we got too many people relying on our government that's basically turned them into entitlement issues. So now people say, oh, well, Zach, my situation, where I live, we'll move. Like, come on, like, stop being a victim. Like, if where you live is the problem, then move. Oh, well, I can't afford it. Well, listen, I used to live in a car. So don't talk to me about can't afford. It has to do with your drive, your passion, and your will to get up and go do it. It has nothing to do with what someone will give you or what someone says about you or what you're missing. It has everything to do with what you're willing to tell yourself and what commitment you're willing to make to yourself to get out and go do it. Okay? So here we go. Entitlement for what, Hall said? We're entitled to our cheese. Why, Hall said? Because we didn't cause the problem, Him said. Somebody else did this and we should get something out of it. Oh, victim, right? Entitlement. This is just my hair on my head standing up. Well, you know, my few hairs, So maybe we should simply stop analyzing the situation, Hall said, and find some new cheese. I love that about Hall, right? Hall saying, hey, look, Him, quit being a victim and let's go out here and figure this out. You know, we got things to do. We got to feed ourselves. We need some food, right? Oh, no, Him argued. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Like, he's stuck, right? He is stuck in that journey. If you do not change, you can become extinct, okay? Now listen to this. Hall stuck his head out in the maze and peered anxiously into the unknown. He thought about how he had gotten himself into this cheeseless situation. He had believed that there may not be any cheese in the maze, or he may not find it. Such fearful beliefs were immobilizing and killing him. Do you understand that? That's what I'm talking about. If you don't change, if you do not change, you will be lost. Guys, change is good. Let's be very clear on this. Change is growth. You need to change. You need to find who you are each and every day. Each year that goes by, you need to redefine who you are and what you want to be. And you need to keep pushing your personal goals and beliefs to push beyond what you already have. But it's all about you, okay? What would you do if you weren't afraid? Love that. And you understand what fear is, right? Fear is false evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. It is because we don't know where we're going, so we're afraid of it because we don't know anything about it. Do you know how you overcome fear? You educate yourself. You believe in yourself. You do personal development. You get a coach on your team. You get somebody that knows what you're trying to do and knows where you're trying to go so that you can become the person you want to be. Listen, it's not something that you're just going to wake up one morning and do. It's taken me years to keep defining who I am. And every year I become better at who I am. And I grow every year because one of the things I do is what? I educate myself. The other thing I do is I put coaches in my life. The other thing I do is I surround myself with star players. And that is what you need to be doing. Okay? So, what would you do if you weren't afraid? So here's something I want you to pay attention to. So they knew sometimes some fear can be good. When you're afraid of things are going to get worse, if you don't do something, it can prompt you into action. And that is where we are in the real estate business. Look, for some of you, it's going to get worse. I'm just going to tell you, even though we're moving into one of the best markets we've seen since 2006, it's going to get really bad for some of you because you are still trying to do the same thing him and Hall's doing and keep relying on the same old stuff you've always been relying on. And let me tell you something, it's changed. They done moved the cheese on you. And I've been saying this for 18 months. They're moving the cheese on us, guys. The cheese is moving, the cheese is moving, the cheese is moving. And now I'm ready to come out and teach you guys what I know about the move in the market. So pay attention to that. He looked to his right, to the part of the maze where he had never been, and felt the fear. Then he took a deep breath, turned right into the maze, and jogged slowly into the unknown. Right? The unknown, the abyss. When you stop being afraid, you start to feel good. Hall realized he had been held captive by his own fear. Moving in a new direction had freed him. Now he felt the cool breeze that was blowing in this part of the maze, and it was refreshing. Hall hadn't felt this way for a long time. Let me stop there for a minute, because as an entrepreneur, we go through phases. Okay, let me explain this to you. We go through phases of being in the stream, really. Right? Like we can get in the stream now, we build and create, and we blossom, and somehow we get out of that stream. But as an entrepreneur, it is our responsibility to find our way back into that stream again and keep moving and keep moving and keep moving, right? Because it happens. You have those, and you've got to pay attention to it. He had almost forgotten how much fun it was to go for it, to just take a chance, to live life, to face your fears. To make things even better, Hall started to paint a picture in his mind again. He saw himself in great realistic detail, sitting in the middle of a pile of all his favorite cheese. Now that's called visualizing. That's called perception of what you want. Let me explain this. Some of you will get this. But if you can conceive it, and you can visualize it, and you can focus on it mentally strong enough, you will manifest it. My life has been built around manifestation. And like the things that have happened in my life, I remember at 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, sitting around thinking, this is what my life is going to be like. This is what my life is going to be like. And it comes to fruition. But you've got to believe it. You've got to believe in you. You've got to believe in your process, just like him is starting to do, or Hall is starting to do. Remember, him don't believe in himself. Hall is starting to believe. Hall is starting to visualize it. Hall is starting to see the picture. And Hall is starting to really focus in on that path, okay? Now, the quicker you let go of old cheese, the sooner you find new cheese. So after a while, Hall made his way back. Now, Hall done been out all in the maze and found new cheese, right? He has found his way. He has visualized. He's out looking for new cheese. He's found new cheese. Now listen, he found new cheese, and he's now brought it back to him. What's one thing you've always heard? You can't help others until it's not, I want my own cheese back. and I'm not going to change until I get what I want. So here's Hall. He's done changed his ways, done went out, found new cheese, brought it back to him to try to give him some cheese, and him turns him down because he's so stuck in his old ways. I want my old cheese back, and I'm not going to change anything until I get my old cheese. How many of us know somebody like that, right? Old beliefs do not lead you to new cheese. Hall hadn't found any cheese yet. But as he ran through the maze, he thought about what he had already learned. Hall now realized that his new beliefs were encouraging new behaviors. He was behaving differently than when he kept returning to the same cheese station. He knew that when you change what you believe, you change what you do. You can believe that a change will harm you and resist it, or you can believe that finding new cheese will help you and embrace that change. It all depends on what you choose to believe. It all depends on what you choose to believe. Okay? Now I'm going to wrap it up here with what they call the handwriting on the wall. Okay? The handwriting on the wall. Here's the handwriting on the wall that you got to pay attention to. Change happens, guys, but you got to keep moving to find the cheese. Anticipate the change. Be aware of what's going on in your life and in your business, and be aware that things will change, and get ready for that change to find the new cheese. Monitor change. Smell the cheese often, so you know what it is getting, when it is getting old. So in business, look at your business often. Look at your numbers. When you're doing direct mail or you're making offers, look at that. Are you getting less acceptance? Are you getting less response? You know, what's working, what's not working. Monitor that so that you can see when it's changing. Adapt to change quickly. Listen, if you see change happening, you need to adapt to it very quickly. The quicker that you let go of your old beliefs, the sooner you can start to enjoy new riches. Change. Move with the cheese. It's pretty simple. Enjoy the change. Savor the adventure and enjoy the taste of the new cheese. See, change is good when you embrace it and you appreciate it. You've got to be willing to do that. Be ready to change quickly and enjoy it again and again and again and again. Who moved my cheese, guys? Obviously, that's not all the book, but that's some of the best parts that I remembered in it and I wanted to pull out for you. This has so much reality to our lives and who we are. Are you a him who refuses to change, resist it with everything you have? Are you a Hall? Someone that just needs a little bit of push and reality, and then you're going to make change? Or are you a scurry and sniff, and you're just like, hey, look, I'm gone, man. I'm not going to sit here and starve to death. I'm going to go find some cheese because I instinctively know that things are changing. So you've got to really think about that from your point of view. Where are you and who do you want to be? Because let me tell you something. If you relate this to the real estate market we're in right now, we are here. The cheese has moved, and you better get yourself educated on this. freedomfromflipping.com/blog. Go there right now. Listen to what's going on. Hear my story. Onside that page 2 on video 3, I will give you a free golden ticket. There's a contest we're doing. Watch that video. Learn how you can be part of that contest. Jill, we got anybody over there?
We sure do.
All right. Let's see what the Facebook people got to say.
Well, Toby is back today.
Toby!
And
man,
she is
I'm starting to
fire.
like Toby. I'm starting to like Toby a lot.
Toby is very motivational. She's in it. She's on the level. She gets
Good
it.
job, Toby. We love you. You are the type of queen this world needs. Motivational, inspired, a go-getter. You got to keep pushing it, Toby. We need queens like you in every part of our life.
We have Martin Hill.
Martin.
He has said earlier when you were talking to people, he said, put the boots on the ground about taking action.
Martin, that's so true, right? Listen, we can all sit on the couch and think that people are going to bring us our life, but it don't work that way. We got to strap up and get out there. And the worst part is some people are willing to strap up, but as soon as they open the front door and see, oh, it's all muddy out there, no, I think I'll wait. No way. Strap them boots on and get out there and get going. Good job, Martin. Love it.
We also here have, Martin also said he has his running shoes on. He's ready to run with
Let's run, buddy. I'll be scurry, you be... Oh, I done lost my brain there. Sniff, thank you. I'll be scurry, you be sniff, okay? Let's hit this maze together.
And Matthew Burns says, I'm ready, Zach.
Well, good, Matthew. You coming to the event? If you're not coming to the event, then let's get ready. Let's get to the event, man. Freedom from flipping. Guys, look, here's the deal. I only have one gold ticket left, and then that's going out to a contest winner. So you guys on here, go over to freedomfromflipping.com/blog. Take your phone, watch that video, shoot a quick video, send it to me, and you might win that. Now, here's the sad part. I am only down to 2 silver tickets. We were already running out of these things. I told you guys we'd run out of them. I only have 2 left, okay? 2 left. Now, I was just informed by my marketing team that we don't have 30 seats left for the event. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We only have 12 general admission seats left. That's it. I know yesterday we had 30, but that's how fast they go. We only have 12 general admission tickets left because the room's just not big enough, okay? So, guys, when I'm telling you this thing's selling out, you need to understand I'm not joking with you. This thing is selling out. So get on board with this. Get involved, okay? What else we got, Jill?
Martin, he says, thank you for these reminders. You rock.
Rock on! Love it, Martin. Keep coming back. Every Tuesday and Wednesday we go live on Facebook. Creative Real Estate Investing, Creative Real Estate Training Academy fan page. Get on here every Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 1:30 Eastern, 12:30 Central. We do Tuesdays at Real Estate Investing Talk Show. Wednesdays we do our Dig Deeper book review. Mondays we send you out a REI success tip. Guys, we're loading you with free stuff. You just need to engage. That's all you need to do.
And then you've got Paris, who she says, this is the best book review ever.
Woo, woo, I went live with the book review. Who moved my cheese?
Oh, goodness.
That's awesome.
Yes, and don't forget the phone number to reach student advisors.
Oh, pick up the phone. If you want to get one of those 2 silver tickets or one of the 13 general admission tickets left, it's 707
247
4248 4248 707 247 4248. Go do that right now. Pick up the phone. Start dialing. Listen, if you're watching this on a replay, I don't know, later tonight or tomorrow, whatever the case may be, share this stream, guys. Share it. People need to hear this story. People need to wake up if they're a him or a haw. They need to take action a lot faster. Like this page up here somewhere. I don't know where this video's at, but like it, share it, comment. Tell us what you're doing. We want to give you feedback. We want to talk to you. We want you to be engaged, okay? And remember, watch video 3 to get this last golden ticket. That's all I got left on the golden tickets. So we'll get you in go. All you gotta do is watch the video. It's pretty amazing everything you get with the golden ticket. And I'm not asking for a lot. I just want to hear your story. That's literally it. I just want to hear your story. I want you to tell me your story, and I want to watch it. That's what I want to do. What we got, Jim?
Toby also says she loves the book review also.
Toby.
I just love Toby.
I'm liking Toby too.
Yeah, she's all on it.
I'm liking Toby too. Toby, I need like 1,000 of you.
Hey Toby, are you registered for the event?
Did you hear Jill? Are you registered for the event, Toby? Are you registered for the event? You better say yes, Toby. Your energy would be great at the event. Would love your energy at the event. So, Awesome. How we doing? Anything else? I don't want to keep them on here all day.
No, everybody's really inspired. And
Boom! Knocked one out of the park for you. Share this. Share this with other people. I'm telling you. Like, do what I'm telling you to do. Go share it. Do you know how many people need to know about this book? 10 million people have already... That's how many copies of this has been made when I bought it. 10 million copies of this has been already sent out in the marketplace. Because that's how powerful this book is. To make you understand, you got to shift your mindset first before you can get anything out of life, okay? All right, guys, that's what I got for you. Hashtag dig deeper in your life, dig deeper in your business, dig deeper spiritually, dig deeper financially, dig deeper with your family, dig deeper with your freedom, dig deeper with your fitness, dig deeper with your fellowship, dig deeper. This is Zack Childress. I'll see you on another one. Bye now.